All right. Thanks for staying put, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Matsanga is again joining me from Africa. Dr. Matsanga, it's a pleasure having you back on the ABS and News Talk, sir.
Thank you very much. And
Wonderful.
well, thank you very much, all of you watching me across the continent of Africa, in southern Cameroon. Thank you very much in Bua, all those women, men, children suffering under the yoke of Paulo Biya. Watching me, you have a friend here standing for you. You have a friend who will pursue to the last iota, as long as I live, to make sure that you get your justice. The people of southern
Absolutely.
Cameroon, wait, the people of southern Cameroon must know I'm not from southern Cameroon. I took up this struggle 9 years ago.
Right.
My television picked up the injustices that were in southern Cameroon. And I started beaming them voluntarily, pro bono, to make sure that the world understands why southern Cameroon is being butchered. People in southern Cameroon are killed by Paulo Biya without anybody looking at what is going on there. Therefore, I'm very happy. As my opening remarks, those are my points, and I'm ready for your any questions you want to put forward, and I'm ready to tackle anyone who claims to have had any other appeal that triggered the current investigations. I'm here now. I'm not a broadcaster. Someone called me a broadcaster in your place when he was the one I was interviewing on my television.
We
How
will
can I
get
be a
there,
broadcaster?
dog. Hold on there. Hold on
So
there.
I am already
We are
charged.
going to get there. We're going to get
Dr.
there.
Anu,
Hold on there.
Dr. Anu, you know, I am not a civilian. I'm a military man by background. I fought to remove the Idi Amin. That's why I look like this.
All right.
I'm
Hold
firm.
on there.
I don't I don't
Let's
take
start from
I don't take less brains. Thank you.
let's start from your organization, the Pan African Movement, that you have filed this suit against Paul Biya under. Tell us a little bit about this Pan African organization that you have out there, please.
Thank you very much. Pan African Forum Limited is my organization. We put it forward as a company, is a legal company, an entity, a Pan-African organization that deals with Pan-Africanism. I saw the need about 14 years ago to put up this organization across Africa to make sure that I preach Pan-Africanism. Because for us in Uganda, my president preaches Pan-Africanism. I saw that this was going to be handy, and there would be people who would be relying on NGOs. My organization is not an NGO, it's a company, it's a legal bypass organization that deals with international law.
Okay.
Anything in international law. I have been in this since 2000, since 1998, the formation of ICC. I have bundles and bundles of files that I can show you. So anyone claiming to know ICC better than Dr. Matsanga, there is a lawyer in amongst you, a southern Cameroonian, by
A
name
lawyer,
Charles
where is he?
Charles Taku.
Charles
He's
Taku.
my
Okay.
lawyer.
Yes.
He's my lawyer. He's the one when he told me the story. When we met in Arusha, when he was on the international criminal tribunal of Rwanda,
Yes.
this gentleman, a great friend of mine, inspired me for this He has been my lawyer. He can tell you more about me. I don't any nonsense. I first of all did not like this ICC at all because, as you have said in your opening remarks, it was selective. It selected only Africans, but left Tony Blair, left George Bush. These people killed more people than the Africans that you are bringing, that you want to harass. They killed more people. They should have gone to the trial and faced the trial in the Hague. But that is another subject for the other day.
Absolutely.
From 2005, Pan-African Forum, myself, I was the first person, sub-Saharan Africa, to oppose ICC. Why? It came in as a selective justice system, corrupt, looking for leaders, looking for those who can pay them in order to indict. That's why you see Paul Biya has survived, because the two prosecutors, namely Ocampo and Besuda, I want to clarify this so that I go to the main subject. I want the people listening to this to understand why Mr. Saku's application stayed there 2020 when Besuda, the Gambian woman, sat on it and went to Yaoundé, got paid. She did not put up anything. And they were applying this application from seated in Washington, D.C.
If you don't mind,
yes,
hold on there. I want us to take this in a very gradual approach. We will get to what you are talking about now. But before we get there, I'd like you to I'd like to ask some basic questions. When did you file your ICC lawsuit against Paul Biya? How recent ago?
My application was on 20th of November, live in The Hague. Live, not sitting, collecting money from people, then sitting in Washington. Then you say you are filed. No. Dr. Matsanga has no limit with visa. I don't need visa to go anywhere. If you want me to come to your place now, I can come. I went. I know the chief prosecutor of International Criminal Court personally. We worked together on the Kenyan cases that released. This is the man who stood for William Ruto, Uhuru Kenyatta, and Said Gaddafi, Paul Babugo, Pierre Bemba, Omar Bashir. This is me. He's the only one who was opposed and stood by and saying the chief prosecutor, the woman and the man from Argentina and the Gambia are corrupt. They did not investigate. So I filed my case on 20th of November.
Okay.
Not only one case. I have filed 4 cases. And listen carefully. 4. Case number 1. Paul Biya versus the chief prosecutor, seeking a warrant, seeking permission from the pre-trial chamber for the chief prosecutor, helping the chief prosecutor to go into under Article 15, using what we call prior moto motion. You can go on your own after seeing events. I laid down, structured my evidence, one piece by one piece. Laid it down. I told the chief prosecutor, look at this, look at that, look at that, look on this day, look on this one. This one was killed. This was kidnapped. This was killed. This was killed. I put in my application and I put in hard copies. Then I went for Sarkozy. I've made so that those who talk should know it is not Paul Biya I'm looking for. I'm looking for Mr. Sarkozy. Mr. Sarkozy.
Are you referring to, when you say Mr. Sarkozy, are you referring to former French president?
That small man there in Paris. Yes, a thief, a convict, He's a convict, you know that. He's now a convict. He has been convicted by the court in France. Don't call him former president. He has disgraced himself. He was found with €4 billion euros, unaccountable, unaccounted for. Not to tell the court where he got this money. The court in France found Mr. Sarkozy guilty of an offense. But Mr. Sarkozy, remember, under Resolution 1973, Mr. Sarkozy spearheaded the killing of Muammar Gaddafi, continued taking money from Libya, taking it to France illegally, when human rights, like what Norway is doing in Cameroon. We shall come to that. Yeah. I have also taken Norway down. I'm taking Norway down for not raising a red flag when human rights are being committed in Cameroon. They are enjoying and dining with Paul Biya, yet they are supposed to raise a red flag. I will tell you where I've taken in Norway. They are panicking.
Who are you referring to there again? Who are you referring to?
In Norway, yes, I've taken another case to the European Court of Justice for release of Ayaba.
Ayaba, okay.
Ayaba is, yes, Ayaba, there's a case there already. Is that Sako who did it? You people, you collect your money, little monies, and eat, but don't ever, ever, ever make suggestions of that nature. My case is already in the European Court of Justice. I'm seeking an injunction to stop all proceedings that are taking place against Dr. Ayaba. Ayaba is a German national. There is no record in German in the books of intelligence, security in German that show that Ayaba has committed a crime.
All right, hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there.
That case is in the European Court. Another case, let me finish. Another case that I have taken to that court, that last 2 months, I will not tell you, there is one that is shaking Paul Biya now. That one is not for the discussion today. It's a dangerous one. This one in another institution, very deadly. I will not tell you. A case of Sudan, I have also asked the chief prosecutor to seek warrants for the 2 generals, General Burhan and General Hamid, to be arrested if they don't come for the peace talks that will be held in Geneva. Again, warrants of arrest. I placed the papers before the chief prosecutor of International Criminal Court.
All right. Hold on there. Hold it there.
So when somebody says, I did not go there for a visit, I have been to that place since 2005. The first case.
Are you referring to Samuel Sako, I guess, right?
No, we shall come to that.
Okay, hold on there. So you deposited your petition.
Listen first, and let the younger man not be a discussion here. This is the younger man.
So you deposited your appeal, your suit at the ICC last November. It's almost probably a little over a month now. I want to believe you have not heard back from them yet, isn't it?
I have.
You have heard back from them?
I have. Oh, yes. They are already.
And what have they said?
I can tell you. Yeah, they are gone. They are inside there. The ICC can't tell you where they are, how they are, when they come.
So what did they say? What did they say in the written response they sent you?
They have agreed.
They have agreed. So yes, do they agree? Do they agree? And, because hold on, do they agree that Biya they have jurisdiction over Mr. Biya or Cameroon?
Under Article 15, let me teach you, especially you, because some of you, and let me teach all of those younger lawyers. Under Article 15, I'm the one who formed ICC. With Kofi Annan in Italy, 1998 in July. I was there. None of you were there. And I want to tell you that, listen, under Article 15 of the Charter, which is very clear, it is very hot down here in Dar es Salaam, that's why.
Okay.
Under Article 15, the chief prosecutor has a right, what we call prio moto. He can go on his own assessment whether the country is in ICC a signatory or not, as long as you have laid down your evidence, which I laid down this time to trigger Mr. Karim Khan and his team to go. I am not saying Mr. Sako did not do anything. He might have done. In 2020, 4 years later, there was no action. Nobody. Because Fatou Bensouda, who was then the chief prosecutor, flew in Yaoundé, was given gold and money, like a Patricia Scotland of Commonwealth, like the Secretary General of UN. They were showered with money. We have cases. I have a very serious case with Patricia Scotland. And watch out, you are going to see. We are going to see. I have notified the King of England that this is someone, even if she lives, she must go to trial in Old Bailey. We know what happened. Don't forget, I wear the hat of an investigative journalist. You know that.
I am still dying to know the response that you got from the ICC after your
They have
petition.
gone. They told me, frankly, in black and white, that they will further trigger a mechanism, because I did not only write to Mr. Karim Khan, I wrote my mechanism of strategy here, Mr. Anu, is I gave the pre-trial chamber, the 6 judges, so that Karim cannot say he's keeping quiet. I said now, if there were so many of Mr. Saku applications and other, I don't care. But now this is a serious situation, a very serious situation that I want you to go in. You know very well, I and Karim Khan, we worked together. We were all defense lawyers, and we know each other personally. 2, I have told Mr. Karim Khan, if by the end of January, you have not brought the matter to the court after doing your investigations, I don't know how he does it, but he's there. And I can't tell you where he is, how far he has gone. It is not my duty. My duty was to lay the evidence.
By any chance,
if he doesn't, yes.
By any chance, have you heard from anybody in Cameroon, directly or indirectly, from the officials there, like trying to say, Dr. Matsanga, let's talk, let's reason together,
Me?
you know, blah, blah. Has anybody reached out to you?
My friend, look at me. You know how old I am? I'm older than you, 69 years old. I would have gone back if I wanted money. I'm not interested in money. I'm interested in justice. Even if you come with $1 million, I will never succumb until I get the people of southern Cameroon. I don't know why you mentioned. I have gone to accuse people of the territory of southern Cameroon. We talk about Amazonia, those are case studies. I don't have a country in the books called Amazonia. I know your history very well. I teach history. I know southern Cameroon is what is in the papers of history, which I have. So if Mr. Sako was applying for Amazonia, then his application is still waiting. Mine was southern Cameroon. The people of southern Cameroon are suffering. The people of southern Cameroon are killed. The women are being raped. The children have never gone to school for 9 years. Mr. Chief Prosecutor, what is your problem? Why are you issuing warrants to Israel? Why are you issuing warrants to Putin? And you cannot issue warrants to this man called Paul Biya. What has he not got? Why don't you go in there? The former chief prosecutor was not able to do it. Why can't we do it? The case is now in the hands of the chief prosecutor. If he doesn't do as is necessary, I'm going to in London. Mr. Chief Prosecutor is a British national. I'm going to lay him before the judges, to ask the judges to call him, to tell the judges in London why he's using International Criminal Court to abate crime, to abate genocide in Cameroon. So have you seen the doubles? Anu, have you seen my strategy? That is what I'm doing. So Karim has gone and told me they are doing it.
All right. If I mean, people will be asking you. Apparently, you didn't speak with any of us before filing this case. People will be asking how you got your evidence. Who did you talk to? How did you gather your evidence for this case?
I told you I have one of my best lawyers. Mr. Taku is one of the best lawyers on planet Earth. You didn't know? 2, I have a bishop, Ayuk Taku.
Taku,
you know him?
I know him.
My spiritual prayer, he encouraged me. I had another man, very good guy, very good fellow, an ambassador. These are hard-working people, serious, genuine. We are not money hungry. We are not looking for money around here. They encouraged me. I gathered evidence. I have so many friends. I have other people, Milan, who in South Africa, people, Ayaba's people, everywhere. I got evidence. I have been gathering evidence from where, but those people. And if you want anything to tell you the story, that bishop has encouraged me for 9 years, even when he was in exile in Nigeria. It said it's going out of hand. Ayuk Taku cried tears. I saw his tears. I said, I don't want money. I will use my money. I will fly. And Ambassador, my great friend, you know him very well.
Yeah.
And you know Ambassador.
Yeah, I know him, yes.
These are decent people. If we had such people, very many of them, we could have already liberated Southern Cameroon. But we have people, some of them are interested in money. They would ask for filing, that you file for millions, collect dollars from people who are already disturbed, traumatized. I did not collect any pound from anybody. I used my own resources. I am not calling any NGO to help me. I got evidence documented by Human Rights Watch. Remember, I'm a member of the Chatham House in the United Kingdom. And I'm a member of the Royal Geographical Society on executive of those institutions. You know what the Chatham House does?
Yeah.
It collects evidence. Yes, look at me. I'm a member, full-fledged member. How do you ask me how did I get evidence on Cameroon? Cameroon, this is a small place here where Paul Biya is harassing you. We have bigger brains than can collect evidence from anywhere. So that is not a problem. The evidence is there. If Mr. Paul Biya has got his lawyers, let him prepare his lawyers. I don't want him to talk to me. To talk to me for what? And to talk to me over what? I don't have any discussion.
I get your point. Now, this is what somebody sent to me and said, let him target the situations in East Africa. Now, referring to you, this person is referring to you. So let him target the situations in East Africa countries, including Kenya. Then I will take him serious. What would the ICC do? What will the ICC do? What? Let me finish. Let me finish.
You go further. Don't.
What will the ICC do? Is a big question. The answer is nothing. If he was a state then, I will understand. The person is not doubting you. The person is saying that going by the history of the ICC, going by the history
Yes.
of the ICC,
Yes.
it is not possible for you as an individual, not a state party, to file a lawsuit
No, no, no,
against
no,
the
no, no,
president.
no, 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 no. You people, you Anu, and you went to school. What did you go to school for? You are misleading people.
I'm just asking you a question that
It
somebody
is
wrote here.
ICC. Let me teach you. Let me teach you and listen. You can go to ICC as an individual, but you
Okay.
cannot go to ICJ. There are two courts. International Court of Justice. You need state. A state must go there to accuse another state. But International Criminal Court, any individual on planet Earth, whether he's lame, one-eyed, blind, he can go there as long as he has evidence, place the case before the chamber or before office of the chief prosecutor and get educated. You don't ask that such question anymore because your doctorate will be removed and thrown in the Pacific Ocean. Please don't do that, Dr. Ano. I respect you.
No, I'm just reading you what others are asking.
You are supposed to educate people on this platform.
Well, that's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do here.
And that's why I am now.
That's what I want you to do here. So
yes, thank you. Now
all right.
the ICC, Anu, the ICC accepts any case, including Anu.
Good. You make the point. You make the point, and I want to believe that the naysayers out there.
ICJ.
I want to believe the naysayers out there. They hear you. Now
yes.
let's get back to the ICC and the
Kenya,
evidence
you asked
that.
about Kenya.
Hold on, why not listen to the question first? So let's get back to the ICC and evidence that you presented before them. Of course, everybody know that out there in Ambazonia there have been severe, serious abuses. We have mass graves in Biya, in Garibu, even in Bamenda. There are mass graves of people killed by the Cameroon army. Recently, the ICC issued a warrant of arrest for Israeli Prime Minister. Now, this man, in my opinion, is a patriot as far as his people and his country are concerned. He is defending his people and his country. Yet, in Cameroon and the rest of Africa where these crimes are so rampant, the ICC has not gone as far as convicting anybody, maybe with the exception of Charles Taylor. I don't know how he got there, but I know the Americans handed him over. So, when it comes to the case of Paul Biya, this guy has committed more crimes than any sitting president in Africa. Why shouldn't this be an expedited trial in the ICC?
Okay, thanks. You have asked a good question. Because there was nobody triggering them. You didn't trigger. All of you are quarreling. All of you are in factions. None of you is in a fight for the liberation. Instead, you are fighting in factions. You have factions. You have created factions. The man has divided you. Money has divided all of you. One here, one there, one there, one there. No. So I triggered a situation. Again, the chief prosecutor of International Criminal Court, the former chief prosecutors, were compromised. So they could not bring up charges against Paul Biya. But this new chief prosecutor is not a man like of the other cloth. He's a straightforward, he's a friend of ours. And we have now lobbied him. And we have told him, look at the situation in southern Cameroon. It's bad. It's going out of hand. Are we still there?
Yes, I'm hearing you. We're still there.
It's out of hand. So I triggered, I researched, I collected evidence, I asked Human Rights Watch. I asked Amnesty International to give me evidence. I asked the Witness International to give me evidence. They sent me a heap of evidence. I carried it. Some that I sent online and filed in Hague itself and registered in the post office, handed them over to the office physically in The Hague, and I left. And I said, there you are. I was given my letter, and they have immediately, the city have read through it. It triggered an international outcry. People followed, and therefore, it is on. I don't know how far they have gone. We finish investigations. I don't know. They will have to tell us when they have finished, and they call us for now, prepare to where our lawyers get our international lawyers, all the tackles, all these people, all Saku, come, follow Matsanga, let's go. The case is here. We have opened a Pandora box for Mr. Paulo Biya. We want Mr. I'm not personally against Paulo Biya. I'm his behavior and the conduct of how he has treated some citizens of Southern Cameroon. That's how he has treated the women, the children, who have never eaten food, who are on the run. Anybody concerned with violence in that area will go. If the chief prosecutor finds them evidence, that's up to them to defend themselves. It's not me. I will be there to defend the position that I laid before the court. And I'm not disregarding anybody. I'm not insulting anyone. If you applied 4 years ago, your application was not looked at. My application was being looked at in from November. And the triggers may be many of these applications that were lying there. So the chief prosecutor cannot tell Mr. Paulo Biya, my investigators, 200 of them, or 40 of them, or 60 of them are somewhere there. He will kill them. So they have gone, they are doing their work. Let them do their work. Let Mr. Paulo Biya eat and enjoy and address people on this, what is this day? The day of a fake independence. Let him address people and tell lies. But they are doing some good work properly. He's not going to bribe anybody. The case is in open. My case has been supplied to the chamber judges, 6 of them. After this, I'm going to attach the bundle for you, as a present, for you to read through and compare with any of your lawyers and see whether my case has material. So that is what I've done. I've not done it to get money. I'm not asking for fees.
No, of course, nobody is suggesting that to you. Nobody is suggesting that. We all appreciate what
the children.
We all appreciate what you are trying to do. Who will be ungrateful for such a voluntary job you've taken up for Ambazonia? Now, talking about the gathering of witnesses, because when it comes to a case such as the one with Paulo Biya, you need witnesses from the ground. How are you doing with this?
It is the chief prosecutor to find them, not Matsanga.
Okay.
Again, I'm teaching you. Can I teach you a bit? Yeah, because you seem, from now onwards, from my interview, learn something. After you have handed in the documents, it is the chief prosecutor now to follow the leads. If you told the chief prosecutor that the former chief justice of that place, of Ambazonia, Justice Aya, died, he was denied medicine, denied pension by Paulo Biya, refused to fly out for medical treatment. That evidence is there. It's now the chief prosecutor to verify and corroborate if Matsanga has put in paper, correct or not. What happened? This man's pension was not given. It's a human right. Stopping someone from getting medicine is a crime punishable by International Criminal Court. You are now killing the person. If you kill the people, if you have put graves, the international human rights have cited graves in army of Paulo Biya is killing people and burying them. the treatment, the videos. I landed 86 videos. The chief prosecutor has got 86 videos of maltreatment, human rights abuses, rolling people in mud, in bottles, in fragments of bottles, tying people behind the hands. He has this evidence. The places where it took place. There are women who have not gone out of their forest, who have not gone to, children who have not gone to school. That evidence is there. He will look. There's evidence of lawyers being kidnapped, abducted, killed. Is there. There is evidence of killing of the Kenyan priest by the army of the Republic.
Yeah.
It is there. All this is all documented, and I put them. It is not my case anymore. It is the case of the chief prosecutor to disapprove me, to approve, and come back to the judges, as I teach you now. Come back to the judges and say, that man from Uganda, 6 feet tall, 69 years old, he brought his case. He's not a Southern Cameroonian, but he's an African, and Cameroon is part of Africa. We pay taxes in AU. Our services serve Cameroon. Paul Biya enjoys African Union. I'm entitled to look for him and ask for accountability. Whether he's not a member of ICC or not, he's a member of the African Union.
Right.
Therefore, we have no other alternative but to ask him under the chief prosecutor, under an Article 15 promoto, to enter promoto. You enter with your own liking and say, I have seen, look, article, this article here empowers the prosecutor to go into Cameroon. Listen to people who are telling you, oh, Cameroon is not a signatory. Does it mean if you are not a signatory, you kill people and you walk around? And I'm telling you, Mr. Trump is coming. You better start behaving.
So, what do you think about Mr. Trump vis-a-vis Africa?
You remember before Trump left, Trump was putting a no-fly zone over Amazonia.
Right.
We had gone to him and asked for no-fly zone over Amazonia. You remember that? And I thank all those people.
Well, I remember the free trade zone sanctions against La Republique for Amazonia.
Yes, and almost saying his chief security advisor was saying if Amazonia continues like that, they will put a no-fly zone. Yes, and we are going to begin. Now we have Susie Wells is Matsanga. Look at my face. Susie Wells. We worked on Nnamdi Kanu's case with Susie Wells. I'm talking on an American TV. She's looking at me now. You know? She was a PR guru for Nnamdi Kanu's family. And Matsanga has been struggling for the release of that young man, Nnamdi Kanu, from the hands. Mr. Tinubu and Mr. Paul Biya. Trump is arriving on 20th. Just clean your act. You are in trouble, sir. Especially Tinubu on Nnamdi Kanu. Release him quickly, because I am not going to sleep until he's out of jail. Until Mr. Paul Biya is touched.
Talking about African leaders, have any, not just on this Paul Biya case, have any African leaders come to you and said, Dr. Matsanga, why are you doing all of this? Why? I mean, has anybody come to you with such questions?
Yeah, Ghanaian leader loves me so much. Nana Addo speaks like me. Zimbabwe, Mnangagwa speaks like me. Kagame speaks like Matsanga. Yes, Museveni speaks like Matsanga. Ruto speaks like Matsanga. Suluhu, Mama Suluhu speaks like Gambia. That watchman guy there, who was my friend in Croydon, whom I used. You know, it's me who liberated Gambia. No, wait. Have you
but,
forgotten? Have you
but
forgotten? Wait, Anu, wait.
hold
Yes,
on. I
yes.
have the microphone here. When you mention
Yeah, Gavi.
Kagame, when you talk about
Yes,
Kagame, you talk about Museveni. Museveni, Kagame may look like nice people, but they are part of the sit-tight problem dictatorship we have in Africa. I don't care how good they may feel they are doing, but when you are a leader and you stay in power for more than 10 years, I don't care how
yes.
good you are, step
Did
aside
you read?
and give
Did you?
power. Museveni has not
Yes.
done that. Kagame has not done that. What are they saying to you?
That is very true. That at times, at times, I'm switching off the phone so that it doesn't make noise for you.
Go on, we can hear you.
Let me tell you. There are times when you have to stand. Is there anything in the Plateau Republic? You have read the Plateau Republic, Dr. Ano. Have you?
Yeah?
Have you read The Prince? The Prince by Machiavelli. Have you?
No, I've not read that.
You better read The Prince by Machiavelli. Did you do political science? Which subject did you do, Dr. Ano?
No, I didn't do political science.
You
I
did
did
what?
journalism.
Tell me. That is where you have gone wrong. You better read science, then you know.
Well, if I
There
didn't
is
do
no-
journalism, I wouldn't be sitting here with you.
Yes, no, that's good. That's very good in your field. My field is political science, international relations,
So
international
tell
law.
me why you think Kagame
Now,
and
there is
Museveni
no-
are different.
This two-term situation is American invasion. They have invented that. Is there anything in the Plateau Republic that says you must have two terms? No. Plateau Republic said you must have elections, constant elections, but it didn't say two terms. This is an American thing that you brought. One, when you talk about Kagame, why do we people like Kagame? He's an example of Africa. He has tampered some democracy and some harshness, which is very good. And the people, you can't go for example, Mr. Chris Ano, if you go to Kigali and throw your rubbish anyhow, you might not return to Arizona. Do you stay in Arizona or
There
Texas?
is no
You might not.
doubt. There is no doubt Kagame
He
has
has
brought
discipline.
some discipline
And
and
knowing very well how Rwanda went through, how Uganda went through wars, Rwanda has stabilized, and we needed that stability.
and you give the credit.
Uganda,
You give
in
credit
Uganda-
for the stability to Paul Kagame.
Yes.
However,
That's why I'm
after
giving-
sitting there since after the war, why can't you consider somebody else? I can teach somebody
people
else
want
to
him.
do this.
The people,
The
listen,
same
the people
thing with
want him.
Museveni.
Museveni people want him.
Museveni is locking up his
Yes,
the opposition leader.
Listen. I was one of the most critical opponent of President Museveni. We didn't fight with words like you, with your television here. We fought with guns. We sat down and hammered an agreement. Uganda today is peaceful. Very, very peaceful. It might not have democratic ingredients that you people, that Americans want. But America has taken 256 years to have democracy. But Uganda has food, has security. You can't find people beating people in Uganda and running away like in Cameroon. No. Museveni has done tremendously on the question of security. Museveni has done tremendously on the question of building up the economy, building up, sustaining the parish model, which he has used to bring people, to remove poverty. He's doing very well. Uganda has plenty of food. The only three things that we have to fix are a few things of corruption, which is rampant everywhere in Africa and even in America. You see people in America being jailed for corruption. But as far as democracy, our democracy has not evolved for more than 67 years since Kwame Nkrumah took independence of Ghana. we are still growing. Democracy evolves. It can't come overnight. The Ugandans look at the opposition. Opposition leaders in Uganda are cash machines. What do you call a till machine, where you put your card and draw money? They use it to come and cry there in America. You pay the money. They go back. Oh, I've been beaten. I've been done that. Yes, there are some excesses of human rights, which Uganda has rule of law, has courts. Courts make decisions. And that Uganda does not drive upside down. Neither does Uganda drive on the wrong side. There's rule of law. We are not in Somalia. Museveni has kept that rule, that security. What we want is better to sleep hungry than to have insecurity around it. And that's what Museveni has done. That's why Museveni gets term, even in 2026. President Museveni is going to win an election because there is no opposition there. Opposition there is just a cash machine for minting dollars from George Soros in Washington, in New York, and they come back and build houses, buy houses in Dubai, bank the money in Dubai. What type of opposition is that? What opposition do you have in Zimbabwe? Look at it. We don't have opposition like a credible opposition in Senegal or Botswana that has won an election. We don't have. Liberia, we don't have. We have good opposition in those countries. Our opposition in Uganda is fragmented. People are just thieves, stealing money, using opposition parties as cash machines to pick money from white people in London and New York and Washington. No, that is not the type of opposition we want in Africa. And therefore, democracy will not be fine.
Listen, let's come back. Let's come back to the ICC case. I know that you have been very, very upset, very upset, and rightly so, with Samuel Ekome Sako for going out and trying to take credit. He has made statements both on paper and in audios that you are essentially salivating over his achievement, that this ICC thing is all he's doing. Tell us if he played any role with you in this ICC case.
No, he didn't play any role with me. He played a role 4 years ago. Whether his 4 years ago papers were used or not, I don't know.
I was actually there. I was actually there 4 years ago. Yes, I was in the meeting.
4 years, what were the papers doing?
Right. No. Hold it. You are correct. 4 years ago, we tried this case with the ICC. It didn't work.
Tell me, who was the chief prosecutor?
No, forget about that. Forget about that. We are not in contention of that point. But I'm just giving you a heads up that you are right. 4 years ago we tried, and after that I don't know that anything was ever done. But go on and tell us why you are upset with him.
I'm not upset with the younger man. This younger man called me a broadcaster. This guy here learned how to speak on my television station. I gave him space, free time on my television station. He didn't know how to create a television station. Matsanga told him he should have picked a phone to call me and ask me, Elida, what have you done? I have been doing things for the people of Southern Cameroon for free. The first time this guy got prominence was on my TV. You know it, Anu. And it is sad for a friend who knows you, to call you a broadcaster in Kenya. Yet he collected money from people that he was going to file a case in ICC. You don't need money to file a case in ICC. No. I did go with bed and breakfast and stayed in The Hague, in Movenpick. Then I moved to Sheraton Hotel in The Hague. I filed my cases. I've been filing cases since 2005. Where was Sako? Where was he? And he called me a broadcaster. That is one thing that put me off. The rest.
How did you become a broadcaster? How did you become a broadcaster, son? Where did you?
That he called me a broadcaster. That a broadcaster in Kenya. I had one of the clips, and one of these days, his phone got out of my phone book. I want to call him and say, younger man, Why do you call me a broadcaster when I've fought for the Southern Cameroon? More than the time you started, you were still inside. You are still, when I started 9 years ago, immediately they closed Western Union, MoneyGram. This is when I started putting Southern Cameroon 2 hours every day.
I remember that. And that is why.
So how can a man of integrity who wants to lead a nation, instead of complimenting my work, that thank you very much, Dr. Matsanga, he calls me a broadcaster. He thinks I'm a broadcaster, yet I have 6 degrees. How many does he have? 1 degree of law. You want to compare yourself with a man who has gone to school, who has done all the work voluntarily? That was wrong. He has to apologize to me. I have nothing against him, and in this thing, whatever contribution he has made, if it was there, I have triggered the ICC to go in November. So I am happy. If the ICC can bring out the case, they will call all of us, Mr. Saku, myself, all of us who made an application, consolidated. We can go and we would have served our people. Let's not have differences. I am not seeking for a piece of any land in Amazonia. I'm not seeking anything.
There is no doubt you already have your honorary citizenship in Amazonia. You don't need.
Yes, that's all. I might not. Let me tell you, Anu, I might not even be there. Let Mr. Saku know. I might not be there.
No.
But I have done my bit, and I want to emphasize.
Listen, hold on. You make a very valid point, a point I have made again and again and again and again, most especially to Amazonian leaders and stakeholders. I have said this thing that people come to power and sit tight in spite of the horrible things they do, and they sit tight. Who told them that they are going to Biya? Our hands lie in the palms of God. Tomorrow is not assured. Tomorrow is not certain. And so I totally agree with you. You may not even be there tomorrow. I may not be there tomorrow. But we do the best we can do today for the sake of humanity.
Yes, I've done my best. And what I am not, I want Mr. Sako is watching me, and he will get this clip.
He definitely is watching.
Yes, I don't have any acrimony with you. You used to call me almost every week. Why are you not calling me? I'm struggling to get one of your friends out in jail in Norway, who has been taken down over things allegedly coming from nowhere. You see, I've filed an application for Dr. Ayaba in the European Court of Human Rights to ask why Norway being given incentives. Why has Norway 2 cases? First for Norway for failing and breaking the European law of not raising a red flag. When people are being killed and you are looking for gas and oil exploration, you have in the European Union, 27 judges will not leave you. They will reprimand you and you will pay. So I have filed one case together with a case seeking an injunction in the European Court of Justice.
So have you received any response from the European Court?
Yes, it is done. The documents arrived. The judges are looking at them.
And have you reached out to the Norwegian authorities at all?
They have been supplied by the court. I don't need to look. Who am I look for a Mzungu? For what? You don't know I'm a very proud guy. Look for a Mzungu, let him look for me. They can look for me. I am, and look for me to do what? I have placed my facts in the court. Go and talk to the court. Norwegians can go and talk to the court in Luxembourg and in Brussels and the European Court of Human Rights. Go and talk to them in Paris. Don't talk to me. Me, I've given a copy to the German government. The German government is now pursuing their case, one of their citizens whom they have no record about. They don't have any record of Mr. Ayaba being a terrorist at all. How did Mr. Ayaba be arrested by Norwegians? And the Germans are asking. I brought them as interested parties. The documents are very clear here. I'm waiting for the judges to say, hey, that's a green light. Then I put them on in black and white for everybody to read. But I have done it. I am not doing it for fees. I'm doing it from the humanity. I know Dr. Ayaba, that young man. I know all of your people. Any fighter, don't start fighting each other. I have been in this game much longer than any of you, but not longer than Sako, longer than you, longer than Ayaba, longer than Akwanga. All of you, I know you by name. I have been in the struggle. From 1978, the man talking to you here. That's the first time I picked AK-47 to fight and remove Idi Amin. I'm not just a civilian like Mr. Anu, the journalist. No, I'm a fighter. I know what it means. That there are places in Africa that I must restore. Biafra, Amazonia, or Southern Cameroon. Those are the places I must make. How can you deny a chief justice, a former chief justice, his pension, his medical treatment until he dies?
Yeah.
You want me to keep quiet?
Of course not. Nobody can be quiet. All right.
So I'm following up. I'm following up even that case. I'm going to follow. He has died, but it must be brought to international. Other judges of other countries are saying, is this what happened? Is this what happened? Yes. The man was denied medical treatment. The man was refused a passport to get out of that's human rights abuse by Paul Biya. The man died. Now
yeah,
you want
absolutely,
me to
that was the case. Dr.
Matsanga,
if you do not understand what he is talking about, he is talking about the case of Chief Justice Aya Paul, whose salary was stopped, pension denied, bank account sealed,
frozen,
and he lived a miserable life until his death. All right, Dr. Matsanga, you stay put in there. We're going to take a brief break out, and when we come back, I will open the phone lines and get your phone call. So please
yes,
stay put
no
out
problem.
of play.
I'm prepared for them.
All
even
right.
even Mr. Sako can call me. He's my friend. Now, Mr. Sako, you have heard. You better call me, and also help. We don't worry. If the books come and we are consolidated in one case, hallelujah, we shall go. But don't say it was your case. Your case, Besoda ate a bribe and throw it in the bin.
All right. All right. Stay put there. Stay put there. I'll be right back.